Hello lovely friends, here's a sneak peek of today's flip cup that turned into a cherry tree. Oh my god, this was a fun experience and I just can't wait to share the process with you. So thank you so much to my wonderful members and subscribers. I really appreciate walking alongside you all on this journey. Today is another Talent Tuesday with the amazing Kim, such a wonderful friend and talented artist. And today I've got a cherry blossom tree from an acrylic pour painting, and I'm using some different techniques as we go along the way. So to create this flip cup, I'm using these iridescent paints by Pebeo. I've got a really simple palette, just the three colours, and my base is a Crawford Black titanium white. You can use any titanium white, and I'm making really fluid and really liquid today. So what I normally do is have 10% Liquitex gloss medium mixed with 90% water, that's my medium, and then I add that to my paints 50-50 ratio, and I water to thin. I can see I'm layering here with lemon, lime and cherry. I like to call those colours with white in between, so I'm doing lemon, lime and this time white, and I'm just loving these bright colours. What do you think of this colour palette today? I just absolutely love it. They're just so vibrant, and the yellow is a neon colour and the other two are iridescent. Oh, beautiful. So what I've done with the cell activators today is I've added 1 drop of silicone to each of the coloured paints, but none in the base paint. And the experiment of having the flip cup, you know, when you flip over the cup, that actually helps to create cells. A few reasons. There's one reason, which is even if the paints are from the same brand, some of the paints are denser than others. That's why it's experiment, because even on the layering of the paints and one particular paint falling slightly, even if it's the same consistency, can create a reaction. That's why experimentation is so key. And when you flip the cup just like that, the action of flipping the cup and releasing the paint creates one of the most dramatic ways of creating cells, because the additives, a tiny bit of Liquitex pouring medium in this case, and a little bit of silicone oil, is reacting together. It's such an interesting way of experimenting and creating cells in different ways. And you might want to experiment with no silicone and seeing the cells that's created then. And I'm going to do one of those shortly, because I did one, I didn't record it, and it created amazing cells. If you follow JMO, he's got an amazing example of this, where he creates chameleon cells by adding touches of silicone through a cocktail stick after the paint lands from the flip cup. Oh, it's exciting. I need to try that as well. There's so many things I want to try. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to experiment with as well. So now the paint and the cells have been released and it's dried. I looked at it and I thought, oh, that would make such a lovely kind of background with the cell formation. And then as I went along, I thought actually I could keep some of that colouring, but I ended up adding a bit of spray paint and changing the background. But of course you can leave that, or you can do it a different colour. You can do anything you want with it, but this is what I chose to do with it. So I'm using my burnt umber to create the tree, and I've got all 3 Pebeo paints, the white, the fluorescent pink and the red, and the other red is by Daler Rowney. You can choose whichever colour palette you like, but I was finding that the darker reds make a lovely background, and then highlighting it with a fluorescent pink and the white really worked. So at the moment I'm using an outliner. I tried a couple. This one's by Pebeo, and it forms a really lovely dense line, and you can raise it and you can pick it off as well before you varnish it and seal it at the end. And I just wanted to create the outside, really the outline of the cherry blossom tree. And once I was satisfied with that shape, I then got a really technical tool, which I saw in a video recently. I'm going to put the credit to that person actually. There were quite a few once I started to look at it, but I'll credit the first one. Amazing tree. It was in a short that I saw it on YouTube. And it is, as you can see, a whole load of about 4 or 5 cotton buds, or ear sticks, however you call them in your country, and I tie them together with an elastic band, and I'm dipping them firstly into the darker red and experimenting, bringing it down, and I'm highlighting it in a moment with the fluorescent pink, and then I'm highlighting it further with the white. There's a bit towards the end that once it's dried, I wanted to give it a bit more shape, a little bit more volume that you can see down the bottom there, but just for the purposes of making this video easier to watch, I'm just showing you the process. So I'm literally just adding some touches once it's dried. So you can see the shape of the tree is a general sort of shape for a cherry tree, but they can go off in so many different directions, and this is quite a dense one. And when I say cherry tree, it's a cherry blossom tree with cherry blossom colours. And as I saw it dry, I thought, oh, it's a bit dark, so I added a bit more white. So you can just play with it and see how it works for you. So then I took it outside and I thought I would add some blue for the sky. And I still wanted to keep some of the cells, but as I was going along, I was working out how much I wanted to keep and how much I was happy to let go. So you can see the cells now, but they're fainter in the background. You could paint the sky, you could, even before you do the cherry tree, you could create your own background. Can you see the cells that are still there on the side? And now I'm just using the detail, and I'm going to carry on using the tools that I've been using, which is the liner, my little paintbrush and my cotton buds, and I'll see you towards the end. Enjoy the music and the process. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I've got a couple of little surprises in there with how I use my liner to create a swing and a little couple.
But I'd take it all and I'd give it to somebody else, 'cause none of that means much. A little love would be enough. Oh, I'm on my way back home, and I know on the other side of the great unknown, there's a place I'm welcome in, there's a place I know I'm called a friend, there's a place that I'm never alone, 'cause there's a place called home, a place called home. Oh, I've walked for miles and I've traded my time for adventure. Yeah, I've seen the world and I know what it's got to give. Yeah, I've had some fun, but I know where I came from. Oh, I'm on my way back home, and I know on the other side of the great unknown, there's a place I'm welcome in, there's a place I know I'm called a friend, there's a place that I'm never alone, 'cause there's a place called home, a place called home. Oh, said I'm on my way back home. There's a place I'm welcome in, there's a place I know I'm called a friend, there's a place that I'm never alone, 'cause there's a place called home, a place called home. There's a place called home, a place called home. Home.
Trouble's at your door. Oh, come on, let's tell it time to go. Oh, if there's one thing that I know, oh, oh, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through. One step becoming two. 'Cause as long as we are breathing, there's reason for believing. We're gonna make it through. There's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't do. Thunder gonna roll, oh, but the night is where we glow. Oh, everything will come and go. Oh, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through. One step becoming two. 'Cause as long as we are breathing, there's reason for believing. We're gonna make it through. There's nothing we can't do. There's nothing we can't do.
I just wanted to add a few more little finishing touches here. Little couple holding, the girls holding a little heart, and the swing I ended up erasing the bottom part of it and making it longer because it didn't look as realistic as I wanted to. So what my learning there is, because it was a short swing and it was in a tree, you can't really see it, and when you bring it down to green and give it a bit of an angle, it creates dimension. So I'm really learning lots about form, being a fluid artist, and that's my sort of background. And I used the bamboo stick to create the line, the horizon line, and a little bit of a background building. So I'd love to know what you think about this creation today. Do you do anything with your paintings once they're dried in acrylic pouring? Do you like leaving them as they are? Do you like embellishing them? Fluid art is so versatile, there's so much you can do with it. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this piece today and there's something you can take away from it. Thank you so much to the wonderful Kim for joining me today in our Talent Tuesday, and I can't wait to see what she's created. Let's go and have a look. Thank you so much for being here, and don't forget, your art is a piece of you, and I hope to see you again soon. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below, and I can't wait to see what you're creating. It always brings me so much joy. Thank you for being here, and take good care of you. Bye.